Man, say it ain't so, man. Say it ain't so. Y'all hear the rumors, y'all hear the rumblings just like I'm hearing them. I'm hearing that Charlamagne the God will be out from the Breakfast Club very, very soon. I'm hearing when his contract ends with iHeart, he is gone and he is on to bigger and better things. I mean, y'all see what he doing out here, right? Y'all see he at Jeezy Auntie house on the porch, right? Sitting and talking, doing a whole interview with Jeezy, which was a dope interview. He doing personal interviews with Meek, with Gucci Mane, everything. He's writing books and all type of stuff. So Charlamagne is taking off. He going on to new heights, and while I'm proud of Charlamagne for how far he's come and how his career has begun to ascend, I don't want the Breakfast Club to break up, right? Like, I'm a person that when you got something good, you got to let that ride out. You got to let the success mount up, and you got to keep knocking down and breaking all these records, man. And like, and it's also this too. I got a personal connection with the Breakfast Club. I was one of those individuals listening and watching the Breakfast Club in its infant stages, around a time when they didn't know whether they were going to stay on radio long or not. They thought that time was going to come to an end, and they thought, hey, we ain't going to be on here too much longer because we ain't getting the traction that they wanted, right? And when they eventually did, as I figured that they would, because they had the perfect mix of personalities, I was happy for them because, like, everybody was coming on their show. Politicians coming on the Breakfast Club. When the hell have you heard politicians voluntarily asking and begging to come on to the Breakfast Club? Like, the Breakfast Club was the culture. No lie. Like, everybody wanted to be in tune with what interview they was going to do next. And he gave us some of the great moments in hip-hop, like all type of hip-hop moments, great moments in hip-hop that they gave us. The Breakfast Club did it. Like, I mean, they was always, like, setting the trends for the radio shows. No lie. They was doing great things. But as of recently, Charlamagne has appeared to have a ruptured relationship with Angela Yee, which stems from the interview that he did with Gucci Mane. And a lot of people feel like their relationship will never be the same based upon how Charlamagne let Gucci get down on Yee and Envy that way, and she didn't appreciate it. Now they conducting themselves professionally. People saying they can tell the tension is in the air. They can see that it's stake. I really can't really tell that the tension is stake. I feel like they're doing their job professionally, and it is what it is. But I don't want to see them break up, man. I really don't, man. I feel like, again, they're the perfect mix of personalities. You got Charlamagne the God, who's the asshole, who's outlandish, but yet he asks all the questions that the listeners want to hear. You got Angela Yee, who's in charge of the rumor mill, and she does all the gossip reports, but she's the woman host, so she's diverse in that angle, but she also is a person that tries to keep things even kill. When guys want to kill Charlamagne, they want to go out and snap, or Envy is having a back and forth with somebody, she's the person that tries to ask another question to smooth things over. Envy is the guy who's he the DJ. He started out with Clue, so he got a understanding of these artists on a different level than what Charlamagne or Angela Yee would. So it all works perfectly. Like, they all fit together like one huge puzzle. And I don't want them to break up, man. I really don't, man. I've been riding with them for a very long time, and I'm happy for the success that they're getting. Like, Charlamagne is a star, and there's no hiding that, right? Everybody feels like he is the person that makes the show. Why? Because he has his unique personality, but he has a way of getting interviewers to say things that we want to hear, or to talk about things that we want to hear. He has a way of saying things that can get a person riled up, to get them the reaction that can make some of the greatest radio moments that we can have. Like that Birdman situation. That was crazy. His Birdman altercation, the altercation that Charlamagne had with Beanie Siegel, the altercation that Charlamagne had with Fredro Starr. All these different moments that Charlamagne has produced. Now he's on Colbert. Like, come on, fam, on political talk shows, that's dope. But I just don't want Charlamagne to leave because, like, I don't know, I feel like they got more important things to tackle, and they got bigger things to do. And I think that they have Charlamagne has an individual, his horizon is bright as an individual, but I would like for the show to continue, man. I really want to see them continue to do great things. Oh, like, for real, I don't see who would replace Charlamagne at all if he were to leave. I don't think nobody can fill those shoes. And I don't know if the show would ever be the same without him. I really don't. And people be like, the show would be better without Envy or Yee. I still feel like you need Envy and Yee. I feel like they fit their roles well, and I think that they all play an is it integral, or they play a pivotal role to the radio show's success. We all know Charlamagne is a star. There's no hiding that. But it's like they all fit together, man, and it's a reason why they were able to achieve the success that they've achieved, because they got great chemistry. You cannot teach chemistry. You can't force it. Either it's there or it's not. And obviously, it's been there for a long time, which is why they booming. But it's like, damn, like, I don't know, like, I knew Charlamagne was going to be his own entity and was going to be a star eventually. This is coming from a person who had no idea who Charlamagne was. I would hear his name around before the Breakfast Club, because I'm a mass communication major. I was when I was in college. I graduated with my mass communication degree. But because with me being a mass communication major, I would always want to listen to different people do interviews and see how they would formulate questions and see how they would handle certain situations with artists and how to take control of an interview. But I also would like to see, I like insight on my favorite artists too. So I would watch these interviews and stuff like that. And I would hear Charlamagne's name brought up, but I never was familiar with him. I was familiar with Angela Yee because I used to watch Shade 45 when she had her little lip service and all that on Shade 45. On Shade 45, I would listen to that. But I didn't know who Charlamagne was. But after I listened to him, I was highly impressed with his ability to control an interview and to get people to answer the questions we want to hear. So, man, I just hope they stay together, man. I don't want them to break up. I want them to, I'm saying break up like they boyfriend and girlfriend. God damn it. But I want the show to stay intact. And I feel like their platform is a platform. How good they do and how popular that they are as a whole, I think they're the only platform that can get certain interviews that we want to hear. I think that Colin Kaepernick would go to the Breakfast Club if he wanted to talk. I feel like, Jay-Z, he doesn't do many interviews, but he'll go to the Breakfast Club. I feel like Drake will eventually come, and it will be one of the biggest interviews you ever see, right? I definitely feel like it'll be like that. If Drake, I feel like it'll do outstanding numbers to the point it will break records on the internet. If Charlamagne and Drake were to conduct an interview on the Breakfast Club, not even just personal, face to face, I think that would still do numbers with Charlamagne and Drake's history. But I feel like if Drake was to come on the Breakfast Club, it'd be crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I think it would top the Tekashi interview for sure. But man, I just don't want them to break up for real. I feel like when you got something good, you let the ship start sinking. And I know people saying the Breakfast Club was losing traction, they falling off or whatever, but I don't think that's true. I really don't. You just seeing a rise of so many other podcasts that do sports interviews, like Matt Barnes, and you got Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson podcast. You got Darius Miles and Quentin Richardson's podcast, Knuckleheads. So you got people, and you got NBA players doing podcasts. So you got people, the podcast game is heavy. But in radio, Charlamagne and them got the radio on lock, man. Power 105 got it sealed and dealed. Like, it's just like, it is what it is. But I want them to keep going. For real. Like, this is a person who, like, during that time when I was watching the Breakfast Club, it was a hard time in college, man. Like, I was going through some struggles personally. And, like, making that adjustment to school, trying to be, I was on scholarships. I couldn't fail. Trying to keep my grades in order, doing all the studying, doing all the, this college is a different world, as far as the work goes. So just trying to stay on top of my work and have my own little personal struggles. The Breakfast Club kept me sane, kept me laughing with Charlamagne, crazy asking girls, can he suck a fart out their butt, all type of wild stuff I had never heard before. The Breakfast Club kept me laughing and kept me motivated, kept me smiling, because I'm like, man, I want to be my end goal to be in those shoes, and well, not be who Charlamagne is, but I'm saying, like, to be on a big time show and be able to enjoy success and people love what I do and love the work that I put out, the content that I put out. I want to be in those shoes. So, like, that show did everything for me. It motivated me to, like, look, man, stay in school, you get to that point. And I don't, for my selfish reasons, and for the reasons that I feel like the show is still great. They don't need to break up. Stay together, man. Work whatever y'all need to work out. Charlamagne and Angela Yee need to get through that whole situation if it's still something that's lingering over their head. And keep the good stuff rolling. For real. When you got something good, keep it rolling. That's just my opinion. What y'all think? Machiavelli Mills TV. Peace.